Before getting started with the vlog, I just wanted to highlight the fundraising campaign for the San Japan Artist Alley director, Andy. Andy has run many artist alleys within Texas, and he always makes sure that artists are being taken care of. I'll get into it in the video, but the San Japan Artist Alley staff was incredibly helpful and attentive, and their efforts definitely made me feel valued as a member of their artist alley. Please consider checking out the campaign so that Andy can receive treatment, and if you're unable to donate, that's okay. Simply spreading the word can help someone in our community receive the care that he needs. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the vlog. And I'm hiding underneath the table to do a little check-in. As long as you're not talking about what?
Like Howie.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Please don't raid yet, please. Hello, welcome to another vlog. My name is Decca. I am the merch designer and illustrator behind Deductivisms, and I am so tired. Let me try that again. Hi, my name is Decca. Welcome to my San Japan vlog. I am going to be tabling here for the very first time, but this is like probably upwards like my 10th or so time attending San Japan because I have been going to this con since I was like 12, so being able to table here is really exciting. As of filming this intro, it is actually day 0 of San Japan, and that is why I'm so tired, because I actually set up today with the help of my friend whose name I will put up on the screen. Thank you so much for helping me. I am only 4'9", so it's very difficult for me to set up by myself. But setup was actually like pretty smooth, other than like I think there was some confusion with like some loading dock stuff. But after we were in, it was like easy. And staff was very proactive, walking around, making sure people were hydrated because it was pretty hot. I believe it was in triple digits today. That's just Texas. But yeah, I am excited for this show. I don't really know what to expect, which I think is like if there was one show that I would have any sort of expectation for, it would probably be San Japan. But because I've been attending the show again since like I was a kid, I'm kind of just happy to be there. I mean, obviously, hopefully it is a good show sales-wise, but I think personally, doing this like right now, because I am not doing this like full-time, when it comes to events, I'm mostly there for like vibes, and obviously staff has made a really good impression, and I was able to meet up with some friends, so I'm already in a pretty good mood. I am, again, just very tired, so I pretty much finished packing up most of my stuff. I think the biggest stressor for me for this show is that I have not had to take inventory like this in a long time. So I'm very concerned about like, do I have enough? Did I forget something? I have a checklist. I went through like my display photos to make sure that everything was packed up. But you know, you never know. I mean, I am local, but it will be kind of a pain if I have to resort to coming back home. Hopefully, I am as prepared as I'll ever be, but I do need to sleep, and I need to sleep because I'm so tired. Hello, it is 4 p.m.-ish, almost 5 on day 1, and I'm hiding underneath the table to do a little check-in. I don't even know if the audio is going to be good, but it's been busy. My legs hurt. It's slowed down a little bit now, I guess, as we go into the evening, but hopefully the rest of the day doesn't drag too much. So yeah, but sales have been really good, and I did actually get to meet Jonas Scott. I will show the volume that I had him sign. I was really excited to meet him again, and I'll probably talk about it more later when I'm not supposed to be tabling. But yeah, I will see you all later. As long as you're not talking about what?
Like Howie.
San Japan day 1 is finished, and according to one of my friends, it was actually pretty busy, and I definitely felt that. I think there was only 1 hour that felt kind of slow, but also I did take like a detour for about an hour. Hold on. I went to go get this signed by Jonas Scott because I met him last year and I forgot to bring this, and he was nice enough to sign my sketchbook, but I really wanted him to sign a volume of Slam Dunk for me because I also have the signature from Ryota's voice actor, Paul Castro Jr., so now they match. And shockingly, what I've learned from the show is that people still do like sports anime. My very first sports anime sale was actually Daya, which I was not expecting, but very welcome. And I feel a little bit better about things because my helper's here and my friends are here, so I am not by myself. Yeah, good first day. Hello, I'm vlogging beneath the table again. It is San Japan Day 2 and it has been busy, but then it slowed down around 4 p.m. A lot of stuff that wasn't moving yesterday is moving today, and a lot of stuff that was moving yesterday is not moving at all today. So yeah, but I have sold out of stuff and it's been fun, and I'm a horse today. So yeah. San Japan Day 2 is officially over. I am back in the hotel room. My friends are actually going to go down to a dinner, but I decided to just hang out in the hotel with Malia, and we're just gonna decompress and get some work done. Hello, Malia's back also. Oh, that was the thing. Interestingly, the stuff that was moving a lot yesterday did not move at all today, and the stuff that was not moving yesterday moved a lot today. So yesterday, it was the Yaoi Yuri acrylic hair clips that were like really popular, and I sold a lot of those on Friday, but I didn't sell a single one today. But the Chikawa blind bags, which did not sell at all on Friday, sold like a fair amount today, to the point where I did actually have to refill because they're like self-serve. So a lot of people did buy the Chikawa blind bags. I think also because a lot of friend groups came today. I did notice that some people did buy them, and then like they would like open them in front of the table, and it was really cute to see like the reactions. So yeah, but very interesting. So I wonder what is going to sell a lot on Sunday, but I guess we will see.
Wait, I have $10, $15. I have $16 to my name. What can I get with $16? What can I get with 100 pesos?
100 Philippine pesos.
Yeah.
I hope my friends are being normal behind me.
Show my yaoi instead.
This and can I get you this one?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. So it's gonna come out to 20. Will it be cash or card today?
Card, please.
It is the last underneath the table update. It is the final day of San Japan. It's been super busy, but I am gonna pack up soon because it's like 20 minutes until the hall closes. But I will see you all later. San Japan is over and we have loaded out. I'm just waiting for Malia to grab the car. But like checking out was a little bit confusing. I'll probably get more into it later. But essentially, there was apparently supposed to be someone handing out slips for checkout at the artist alley just to check if your space was clean. But there was no one there, so we ended up walking all the way to the dock where the dealer's entrance was. And apparently we were not supposed to do that, so I had to walk back and forth like a lot, which is okay because I'm supposed to exercise on the weekends and I didn't get to because I was tabling. So I got my steps in, got my cardio in, but yeah. And it's a little bit windy, and my mom said that it started raining on their side, so I'm hoping that it doesn't like start to rain while I'm still waiting for them to get the car. Hopefully things continue to go smoothly. We're gonna like wrap up and then go get some boba and then decompress. But yeah, it is so hot out here. I'm really glad that I changed out of Reina. I wanted to meet Harada with Malia, but they cut the line really early, and I figured they were not gonna like let me. She got to be able to stand in the line before it got cut, but I figured that like it wouldn't be like fair if they let me cut with her, so I just handed off a phone for her to take a picture with, and then I like left, and then I changed out of cosplay, which is good because if I had to do all of that walking in cosplay, it would have been really bad. But yeah, oh gosh, it's getting gray. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Please don't rain yet, please. Weather was super bad coming back, but we have food. Yippee! It is the day after San Japan. If I am in different clothes from the haul portion, it's because I actually like recorded that and then I knocked out for literally 5 hours. I didn't realize how tired I was. So I am back to do the recap. I would say overall this weekend was amazing. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun. My friends had a lot of fun. I don't want to put like super duper high expectations on events. I would just say like, I was excited for this because again, this is like my childhood convention. Like I've been going here like forever. So I just wanted the experience to be good and it was like amazing. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll start first with expenses because this is the convention where I spent the most money on prep. So I was really like I was kind of sweating cuz like I was like, okay, I'm going into this with no money, so if I don't make anything, then this is gonna be really bad. Not that I thought that I wasn't gonna make anything because it is San Japan, but it was my most profitable show, like ever. I've only been tabling, again, this is only my second year tabling, and I have not had the opportunity to table at events of this size. San Japan had 32K attendees, I believe, so this is like the biggest event that I have ever tabled at, and so because of that, my profit was like the most that it's ever been. I will say, my expenses, okay, so because I am local, and I was lucky enough to be able to pay for the hotel with points, my expenses were like relatively low as far as like hotel goes. So I will not get into exacts, but I have like pretty good estimates. I'm just saying I'm not getting into exacts because I haven't like actually fully calculated all of my earnings yet, which is something that I should do before I do this, but listen. Anyway, so I will say that my expenses were low as far as like hotel, transportation, that sort of thing. And I mostly had to spend on inventory. And I would say that I probably spent, I know for inventory, I spent close to 1.7K, but then because I also had to buy things for like prints and all of that stuff, it was probably close-ish to 2K, a little bit less than 2K. As far as my expenses go. The reason I spent so much on inventory this round though is because I had not been buying inventory periodically throughout the year, which would have helped make that number a little bit lower. So I basically had to restock everything all at once, and that is why I was sweating so hard because I have never had to spend that much on inventory all at once. So yeah, I was again very nervous about that. But I did profit around like over 3K. It depends on like the cash transactions because I will get into this, but a lot of people did pay in cash this weekend, which is nice. And people paid in exact change, which is really cool. But yeah, by the time I edit this video, I might have a better estimate. But yeah, I will also say that as far as the actual like selling goes, I will put up my graphs throughout the weekend. The peak hours were around noon to 3 p.m. Obviously on day 1 and day 2, sales went down as the day went on, which I think for Saturday that makes sense, especially because there are a lot of things going on in the evening at this convention, so there were not a lot of people going through the artist alley at this time. I will say the overall experience again was really good. My attendee friends mentioned that the vibes were especially good this year. They got to meet a lot of people and everyone they ran into was like really cool. Everybody that I ran into was also really cool. So I would say as far as staff interaction goes, they were so sweet. Whole weekend, even before the convention, they were very informative. I love the fact that they pointed out where to get water and like the water refill stations. They were going around handing out water bottles. They were making sure that people were okay. I always love it when staff does that. Even though like I table with a helper most of the time, it's always good that there is somebody there and that they like introduce themselves so that we know where to find them and who they are. One of the staff members left, like I don't have it with me, but it's like it was like a little like ceramic duck and they left it at everybody's table. And so I like displayed the duck on top of my little crab plushie for the last day, and I just thought it was like really sweet. Me and my table neighbors were like, "Did you guys get a duck?" And they were like, "Yeah, we also got a duck," and it was like it was so cute. So yeah, staff was really really nice. I will say there was like a little bit of a hiccup as far as like load in and load out, but I think that that was just like miscommunication between like the venue maybe because so for example with loading in, I did not need to use the loading dock, but there was like a huge line to get in to like the parking area. We just needed to use the parking lot. but there was confusion because security was coming by to check people in and give them like a wristband so they could go into the venue. So security told us, okay, so staff is going to tell you like where to park. And so we were like, okay, so we waited in that line for like an hour. And then when staff came by, we said, hey, so like, is it cool if we just like park in like any of the parking lots on the side? And I think they misinterpreted what we were asking, because they told us like, okay, yeah, well, we'll let you know like when you can like pull in and stuff. So we were like, okay, yes, sure. So we actually ended up pulling into the loading dock, which like we did not need. But I mean, it was nice because it was close, but I do feel like there was just miscommunication, because I think that they thought that because security had come by our vehicle and had given us the tag, I think they thought that we wanted to use the dock, when we didn't. We just wanted to park and like go in. And sure enough, my friend later told me like, oh yeah, I just parked, and then like I got my wristband from security and I just like walked through the loading dock. I didn't have to like actually bring my car in through the dock, but we ended up waiting in that like 1 hour line to get in. But I mean, it was smooth after that, so I think it was just miscommunication with the venue. And again, I doubly think that, because like the next morning I didn't realize I was supposed to keep this for the whole weekend because security did not tell me that, so I ended up cutting it off, as you can see. So essentially I had to go get another wristband, and it was a quick process because there was a security personnel like available that morning, so I didn't have to go all the way back out. But I do wish that the original person had told me that I was supposed to keep this for the whole weekend. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't have had to do the back and forth. Going into sales. Okay, so people say that location matters for this convention. I'm going to get into that a little bit, but I will say that throughout the weekend, people told me that my table location was a little bit weird. Mostly because I think that people didn't realize how big the artist alley was, because it was the whole hall. And so I think that some people did actually miss that there was like a whole other corner. But also, like, because I was near the back, it was one of those things where it was kind of like people will eventually make their way back there. I will also put a map, but I will say my table was easy to get to if you went and you took like a left or something to go down and then go to the other rows instead of walking straight. But obviously most people are going to be walking straight and like snaking through the artist alley. I will say that traffic in my area was noticeably slower. It got busy, of course, but it kind of came in waves. So there were sections where it was like a little bit slow. People were always browsing, but like it wasn't like kind of crazy packed the way that other sides of the artist alley were, which again was like fine. In general, I will say this probably is a con where location matters. But for me personally, because I cater to a very specific niche, I'm not really sure that that would have impacted my sales as much. And I always have to mention this because, again, I cater to sports anime fans, and sports anime is not something that is like sold by too many people in artist alleys from my experience. So I don't really necessarily feel that me being in a different location would have significantly impacted my sales. Obviously there were moments throughout the con where somebody was like holding a bunch of merch and they were like, oh shoot, I wish I had more budget for this. But again, because I cater to specific niches, most of the time people are willing to still give me patronage whenever they find my booth. I will also say this is the first time that I have done a stamp rally. I was actually in 3 stamp rallies, and I do think that they helped bring people to my side of the artist alley. I think it also helped that me and another person that was participating in the rally were like close by, so it did get people to go into like that corner where we were at, so that was good. I think it was good pacing. Again, this was like one of the shows where I was actually very, very nervous because I was like, am I going to be able to handle this? And like it was fine. Me and my helper were able to pace things very well, and it was also great because I was cosplaying all 3 days. I don't usually cosplay when I table because I like to be comfortable, but people were like really nice because so on day 1 I actually cosplayed as Alma. Wait, you're gonna see it in, you saw it already in the previous section, but like, yeah, day 1 I cosplayed as Alma, and it was really cute when people turned in their Monster Hunter stamp rallies because they were like, oh my gosh, you authorized the quest, and it was so cute. And then people were nice about my Kita-san cosplay, and like my friend actually made the hair accessories for Kita-san, so like I feel like I owe them all of the compliments that I got on my cosplay, because like without them I would not have had the hair accessories, because I'm really lazy and I was focusing on other things, so it was really nice. So best and worst sellers, we anticipated the Miku photo card holder would be the best seller, and it was. I sold out really fast. Obviously smaller ticket items in general we're going to be selling well. I will say that I did have to restock prints like before the last day of the convention. Usually people are very willing to spend for the 4 for 15 deal that I have on my prints. People really like deals. So even with my Fujoshi like yaoi hair clips and stuff, I did have a deal that you could bundle like 4 for 15, and so people were like on that as well. And also the blind bags, my Chikawa girl blind bags sold, and those were also like with a deal of like 3 for 25. So people really like deals and bundles. I did notice that a lot of people actually bought Daya no Ace stuff. My very first sports anime sale was my Miyuki print, so I was very happy to see Daya fans out there. Slam Dunk also sold. So normally I average about like maybe like 2 or 3 Slam Dunk merch sales. I printed out some freebies of Mitsui to give out with Slam Dunk sales, and I only had about 12, but they all sold out, and then I still sold more Slam Dunk stuff like after they sold out. So that's like crazy to me. Very happy to see like other sports anime fans coming back to my table and like buying stuff that is like not Haikyuu, which like again, I love Haikyuu. I anticipate that I am going to sell Haikyuu stuff. Like I'm not worried about selling Haikyuu stuff, but like when it comes to the other sports anime stuff, I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, if it sells, then it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. But also Love Bullet. I sold quite a bit of Love Bullet stuff as well. I sold out of my Green Yuri print. A lot of people wanted the photo cards. So yeah, I was very happy. Again, whenever I sell like more niche stuff, especially Love Bullet, people were so sweet when they came up to me and talked about Love Bullet. Like, oh, I'm so excited for the manga to drop, and obviously they were too, so it was really great. It's also like really flattering too, like when people buy merch of things that you make and they haven't read or watched it yet, because there was someone that came up to my table and they saw my Love Bullet sticker and they were like, oh, can you tell me what the manga's about? Like, it looks interesting. And so I told them, I was like, yeah, it's like Cupids, but instead of like using a bow and arrow, they use like modern weaponry. And they were like, oh, I am all about that. And so they bought the sticker, and it was like really sweet. Also, as usual, Haikyuu fans are amazing. I have to shout out the guy who came up to my table and like bought a bunch of Fukurodani stuff, and then like I kind of saw like on his arm like a little like I could see that there was like a character that had a volleyball jersey on, and I was trying to figure out who it was. And so we were talking as I was doing his transaction, and he was like, yeah, I love Bokuto. Like I actually have a Bokuto tattoo. Do you want to see it? And I was like, yeah. And so he rolled up his sleeve and there was a Bokuto tattoo, and I was like, that is the coldest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And then the next day, another guy came up to my table. He was my first sale of that day, and he also bought Bokuto merch, and he was like, yeah, I actually have a tattoo of Bokuto. He showed me like his tattoo, and I was like, that is crazy. I was like, I feel so left out. I want a Bokuto tattoo now. It was awesome. I was like, like I really need to invest in Bokuto tattoo. And I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I think like, you know, for Texas, like we just really love like our guy. And I'm like, I know, because like I did notice that Bokuto is very popular here, so that makes me happy. Again, always love talking to sports anime fans. Y'all are the best. Like, oh, so good. It was also really funny because people came by and they saw my LeBron photo cards that had like my stickers on them as like my demo to show what you can do with them. And like so many people asked if they could buy them, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I cannot sell you unlicensed photos of LeBron James. I will get kicked out of Artist Alley. It actually pushed sales for my Uma Musume stickers because people were like, okay, I'll buy this and I'll make my own. And I'm like, yes. But it was really funny. I was not expecting people to be that cheesed with the LeBron photo cards. Like people even asked like, can I take a picture of this? And I'm like, sure, like, yeah, go ahead. It was just funny to me. So many people asked that my helper actually put up a sign that was like, I'm sorry, LeBron is not for sale. Like I mentioned, people said the vibes this con were very good. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I had a lot of fun. People were really nice. It was also nice seeing people smile whenever they saw like my sports quotes, the sport quote prints. It was like really cute just seeing people like point and like laugh and like that. I would say though that they were like my worst seller as far as like not really selling that many. I definitely sold some, but like it wasn't like as far as like comparing it to the other stuff that I had at my booth. I think that my issue with those was like less the actual concept of the prints and more so like the pricing, because most of my prints go for like $5. I think I was selling these for like $8, and I think people would have preferred that they were like a little bit lower, so I think I will lower the price. Also really nice was I sold more of these. I only have like the bad like test copy, but I sold a lot more of these than I expected. They don't tell you that when you do like a fan book that people will just flip through it and you'll get very shy and embarrassed, which like duh, because I put out a copy for people to flip through, but like for some reason I was just like, oh, like I was like I didn't realize how shy I was gonna feel for like people to like look through this, which is like silly because it's like, you know, everyone's looking at my art anyway because it's like all over my table. But I feel like with this it felt like the feeling of somebody like flipping through your sketchbook. But everyone was so sweet about this, and like again, I sold more copies than I thought that I would, and this was like baby's first ever like fan book. And I know like America kind of has a reputation for not really like, people aren't always like the biggest on buying like fan books or like doujinshi like this, so I was surprised that I sold as much as I did, and again, people were so nice about it. Yeah, I will post the full comic later, but yeah, I will move on to the haul portion of this video, and then I'll see you again. Hello, welcome to the haul portion of the video. So I'm gonna be trying my best to keep organized, and like I'll have everybody's ads on the screen, and I'm gonna try to go through everything. I didn't buy as much as I normally do because I was behind the table, and it's honestly like probably a good thing because I do have a trip coming up. Day one, I got to visit Jamie K, and I got a sketch zine from her. Her work is so good, and I always love seeing Jamie at events because she's so sweet. So I did get a sketch zine, and she actually gave it to me for free, which like, okay, we traded, we ended up trading. I gave her I gave her one of my Fukurodani tote bags, but I mentioned because the zine also includes work from Run with the Wind, which I had been recommended by my other friend Box, and both of them were like, you need to watch it, and I was like, okay, I will watch it, I promise, because I started it, but then I was kind of watching stuff in the background while I was doing San Japan prep, and then I was like, I really need to lock in for this one. And Jamie was like, yes, this is something you need to give your full attention. So to encourage me, she also gave me this sticker. So I promise, now that San Japan is over and I'm free, I will watch Run with the Wind. But everything in this book is so good. I love her work so much. Also on day one, so my helper actually was like going around earlier before she met up with me, and she was like, there is a booth that is selling a dia print, and I was like, what? So after she like relieved me from my post, I like went to go find them, and it's actually an artist that I had been wanting to buy stuff from like forever. I bought their dia print. It's so good. The artist goes by Ropi, and I actually had seen their stuff online, and like I wanted that dia print so bad, but I always get nervous about ordering prints online, so I was happy to get it in person. And I also got their Misawa clear cards and their Bokuto and Oikawa keychains, which I had been eyeing for a long time, but I always missed like their shop opening too. So again, it was really great to see them. I was very surprised to see them, but really happy. I actually went back on day two to grab their Misawa keychains as well. Surprisingly, I think I'll mention it in the vlog, but surprisingly a lot of people were like really like into dia stuff, so it was great, and I was really happy again to find more dia merch at the convention. Also on day one, I mentioned I did get to meet Jonah Scott, so here is the volume that I got signed. It can match now with the volume that I got signed by Paul back in 2024. So I'm slowly collecting signatures from the main Slam Dunk cast. Also on day one, I managed to get a copy. Oh, that's loud. Also, on day one, I managed to get a copy of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the 3DS, which I had been wanting like for a while. So I was really happy with that. Also from the dealer's hall, I got this Iwa-chan standee. I was really sad they didn't have Oikawa, but I do have the Bokuto and Akashi from this set, so I was like, okay, I'll get Iwa-chan for the shrine. Day 2, I was obviously not done with shopping. I really wanted to see Drawn by Ivy because I saw that she was going to be there, and so I got her Iwa Oi pins, and I also bought Boku Aka. I did also give her one of my Iwa Oi divorce freebies, and she was like, oh, it's nice you're buying them in pairs, and I was like, yeah, I can't separate them even though I spend like 4 times more money than I normally would, because it's like, you know, if you have one favorite character, that's one thing, but it's like I can't separate the boyfriends. So I was really happy that I was able to get these. I also stopped by Ressan's booth. I also stopped by Byron B's booth, and I got Venom and Sin keychains because I always have to rep my Guilty Gear mains. And finally, I went to Rosallo Art's booth, and they had a keychain of the third ending, which is a BL. Let me open this actually. It's a BL that a friend recommended to me, and it's a really cute BL. So I was really happy to see merch of it. So that was really exciting as well. And then on day 3, I stopped by Zoe's booth and got this really cute Miku print. I love this so much. It's so cute. And then also, their table neighbor, of course, because I never shut up about Bao ever, like literally ever, so this is perfect. Also from my table neighbors, this is by Ariani Art. She had like all of the Organization 13 members, and like throughout the weekend, I would like overhear people getting like really excited about seeing Kingdom Hearts merch, and I was like, ooh, I really want to get a print, but like I didn't want to like interrupt, you know, I don't want to like interrupt sales. But like on Sunday, I was like, okay, can I do like a behind the table sale and like get your Zexion print, because like it's so good. And like look at her business card also, like, oh, the green Yuri, so good. Also next door to me was Puppy Pari, and I got his medicine seller print. Oh my gosh, I saw it and I was like, oh, I need this so bad. I was nervous like all weekend because like I'm really shy. So it actually took both of them like individually coming over to my booth for me to like finally get the courage to be like, hey, like, is it okay if I like get some of your stuff? Because like I'm really shy when it comes to like my neighbors, especially for some reason. I don't know, but like both of them were so nice. And I remember when Poppy came by, I was like apologizing to him, like, I'm so sorry. I mostly have like sports anime stuff, and like he was like, oh, I love Boku Aka, and so we like hit it off pretty easily. So I was really glad that I was able to get stuff for my neighbors as well. And then of course I had to stop by C's table, and I got some Crisis Dog Chikawa Krikawa charms, the cell phone charms. They're so cute, and like C never lets me pay, so I literally was like in front of her booth with a $20 bill, and I was like, please, and she finally took it. But then she was like, it's okay, I'll come back and like go to your table and grab something. So I was like, okay, cool. She just came by and just gave me back the $20. See, let me pay you. Also, if I didn't mention before, I probably will, but C did host the Haikyuu Stamp Rally that I was part of, and like I'm grateful to her for that because it was really fun. I really enjoy seeing, actually I have some of the prizes here. Me and C collabed on this Iwa Oi Atsuhina Stamp Rally, and it was really fun, and I enjoyed it, and I was really happy to be able to be part of a sports anime Stamp Rally. I almost forgot. I got this Godzilla print and Godzilla sticker with Mothra from Pete Curly. I was really cheesed when I saw this as I was passing by, and I was like, I need this so bad. So cute. But I did also get ribbons from people. Let me see if I can grab them. From one of my Stamp Rally participants in the Blue Moon, they gave me a bunch of ribbons, Monster Hunter ribbons, which makes me really happy. I was like, oh, they're so cute. And then apparently, I was not here for this, but my helper told me that a Fujoshi Miku came up and she bought one of my Rotten Girl photo card holders, and so she gave this ribbon. It was good to see everybody, and I will be enjoying all of these things. I'm always excited to put up more prints. So yeah. All right, welcome back. We are nearing the end of the vlog. I would say, again, overall, super good experience. I would love to table here again if I am able. A lot of people know this about San Japan, but in case you don't, it is a lottery system. So there's actually several ways to get in, but the main way is through lottery, and the staff is very thorough when it comes to screening for AI. So like, it's a lottery, but like, they will screen to make sure that you are a legitimate artist, which I personally like. I love that because it ensures that everybody who's at the convention is like, their work is legitimate. I always hate when I hear that there was like an AI artist at a con, because it just means that that was a table that could have gone to somebody who actually knows how to draw. So I appreciate their thoroughness in that regard. But yes, the main way to get in is via lottery. There are always a lot of applicants, so it is a little bit harder to get in this way. There is also the art contest. So San Japan as a theme, you create either a t-shirt design or just a regular art piece for this art contest, and if you are one of the, I think, 20 finalists, then you get a table there. There's also the unlimited booths, which are much more expensive. They're like 1K, I believe, but it comes with 3 tables, and so people will usually split them amongst other artists. And then finally, there are the indie tables. Those are reserved for people who do original art. Because I primarily do fan art, I am trying to do more originals, but because I do fan art mostly, it would be hard for me to get an indie table. But I do enjoy the fact that they prioritize original artwork as well. That is, that is all. Again, I hope that I am able to table here again. Very good experience. Enjoyed myself very much. My throat hurts a little bit. As a heads up, I am going to be out of country for a few days in October, so some things may be slow. We'll see. But also, I will be tabling again in November at Anime Impulse Dallas, and I will see you all then.